Backstage.
You ain't no Israelite, bitch. You a gospelite, bitch.
What you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bought it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm about it. UPK, too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And the lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Should've took the time, get a damn no. But I see the sorrow and I show her. She could never get a priest hold. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jury. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And a sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bitch muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're scoring off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UBK play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing to me to damn kill you. I stuck his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga named the Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, you solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy? Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage.
I got big ring, you mad, get stained, work hard, then play, bad bitch, my taste, we vibe, we lay, you purple, you gay, delete your ass, lil' fame, I'm on war, got the same, for wrong, these people, for wrong, I try to tell these motherfuckers time and time, for wrong, pussy ass, purple ass nigga, man, for wrong, nigga your born ass right. Niggas better get their weight up, you little body bitch. Worry about a damn pay cut, you little body bitch. I ain't worried about none of these niggas, little body bitch. You that scare rag, coward ass little body bitch. Had to fuck around, get my rank up, you little body bitch. And I'm pouring up, y'all young nigga, and I'ma take a sip. Yeah. All these niggas want down hate, but tell them zip it lip. You a dumb ass, scare ass boy, little body bitch. And I ain't worried about nothing, nigga, nah, I ain't worried about shit. I got more than one, so you know, nigga, don't reminisce. I spit flavors on these damn beats, niggas better catch a pitch. Never knew a goddamn man be scared to represent. But you a whole ass, dirt ass, little damn body ass nigga. Get body with the damn scripture with your little body ass nigga. Nigga, I'm a true priest, true line nigga, true Zion ass nigga. And you a little boy, little bitch ass, little body ass nigga. I got big ring, you mad, get stained, work hard, then play. bad bitch, my taste. We vibe, we lay. You purple, you gay, you leech ass, lil' fame. I won't walk, got the same. For wrong. For wrong. I tell them, nigga, for wrong. Get your shit together, nigga. For wrong. Work it. I'ma do this shit till I rock, you little body bitch. I'ma ditch your ass like your pot, you little body bitch. And I'm smooth with it, y'all zock, you little body bitch. And I switch ain't gon' never thought, you little body bitch. And I'ma stay turning like the cars, you little body bitch. And I'm stone cold like a bond, you little body bitch. And I'm a warrior like that bar, you little body bitch. And my aim like that a zock, you little body bitch. Need a princess pop out, you little body bitch. Or anyone down the slide, you little body bitch, yeah. I keep a couple straps in my ride, you little body bitch. Just in case anyone wanna die, cause I'm body bitch. I got be right, you mad, get stoned, work hard, get play, bad bitch, my taste. We vibe, we lay, we purple, we gay, we leech ass, lil' fame, all war, I say, for wrong. For wrong.
These motherfuckers got scraps too, don't get caught lacking. Y'all seen these old cowboy movies, you go to the bar, nigga, you about to get tried. You go out in the bar, you got there drinking with your brothers and that shit, then you about to get tried out here, but don't be caught lacking, don't kill your brother off some bullshit, man. Don't hurt your people, man. This is for protection only, man. I got family out this bitch, man. I got brothers out this bitch, I gotta protect somebody trying to run up on us. We lacking, what we gonna do, fight a nigga with a machine gun? Now we're gonna bust your ass. We'll cut your head out and bring it back to the Lord, man. UPK shit, man. Hey, fam.
She say I'm obnoxious. Say I got way too much confidence. Say it's a problem. All I do is try to pull a woman and say I'm a monster. But really, it ain't nothing. I'm just like my brothers. But shit, you know you look better with me, yeah. Girl, you know you look better with me. I pull up and then shock. I do my dance on them, what the fuck? I chill, I run it up. Come and fetch a girl, boy, stop, bitch. Okay, you know you look better with me. I pull up with lines. I'm a judo with a nigga pride. I'm just like a lion. Want my woman cook, clean, fuck, and shut the fuck up, yeah. I got bigger piles of word block than you in the adultery. But shit, you know you ain't going nowhere. Hey, checking my move with the bass. Try to walk me to the place. Ice on me, come and skate. You really a hoe wanna escape. Yeah, we up, fish your face. Or outwork me, what you think? Pretty girl, good taste. Wanna know all my traits. You know I'm on attention. I'm James Brown to the Israel. Bullets long, yeah, extensions. The nigga hate what they mention. Y'all pull up how I'm gifted. I'm Mike Jackson with the fisting. Beat it like I'm Thriller. She say I'm obnoxious. Say I got way too much confidence. Say it's a problem. All I do is try to pull a woman and say I'm a monster. But really, it ain't nothing. I'm just like my brothers. But shit, you know you look better with me, yeah. Girl, you know you look better with me. I pull up and then shock. I do my dance on them, what the fuck? I chill, I run it up. Come and fetch a girl, boy, stop, bitch. Okay, you know you look better with me, bitch, you basic. If you don't want a South Coast nigga, you just a ranking. And really, you ain't even that exquisite, and bitch, you fake it. Wanna rush a dog seat nigga in the picture I painted. And I mean, everywhere I say T, might give you some flavor. But I guess you ain't even wanna take it, bitch, you outdated. And you done gave it up for some paper, you just like your main man. Start with 3 damn baby daddies, spit what you thinking. You were thinking with your damn bars, huh? You the type motherfucker wanna pull up, how the fuck when the fuck, huh? Then beat it from the back, no damn attack, it was just for lunch, huh? Dirty damn bot pussy bitch, wanna talk shit on the low, huh? Want this everybody with, cause you don't even know how they say I'm obnoxious. Say I got way too much confidence, say it's a problem. All I do is try to pull a woman and say I'm a monster. But really, it ain't nothing, I'm just like my brothers. But shit, you know you look better with me, yeah. Girl, girl, you know you look better with me. How I pull up and then shock. I do my dance on them, what the fuck? How I chill, run it up. Come and flash a girl, boy, stop, bitch. Okay, you know you look better with me, dance. On low, trying to get right with the preacher, probably on the low, huh? What the fuck you talking about, girl? You already know what the fuck we on, huh? We ain't passing down, bitch, but you get right, what you already know, huh?
Bitch, you know you look better with me, yeah.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my actions. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was design 5 for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in the bushes, just watching this family. I got extensions. Sit up, make grin and start dancing. Yeah, we know what you did, and I'm coming, I'm loaded. And I know you don't know it. I just posted up, scope. There's a shooter outside and he quiet. There's a shooter outside and he quiet. Yeah, he quiet. Yeah, he quiet. Yeah, he quiet in the motherfucker quiet. They know shit like I'ma shoot. 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 Yeah. Diamond dance. Yeah. To get the picture. Yeah. I see you smiling. There's a shooter outside and he quiet, little nigga. All that cap rap might have to find me a nigga. All these niggas watching movie, they start jocking the image. I can't even buy it, little nigga. I know this pump it up, flip them, we get the drop on the cops in Alabama. I get the order and she pull up on the Klansman. They talking about they catch a nigga, they gon' hang em. Catch them while they hanging. One by one we take them. I know this bitch, that bitch told she keep a secret. No, but I can't trust her. What's the point, bitch, in my business? We moving silence. No rank, little boy, keep silent. This Mac come with a silence. It's a true moment of silence, little bitch. There's a shooter outside and he quiet. There's a shooter outside and he quiet. Yeah, he quiet. Yeah, he quiet. Yeah, he quiet in the motherfucker quiet. They know shit like I'ma shoot. 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 Yeah. Diamond dance. Yeah. To get the picture. I see you smiling. Cause a boy bit. Christ return. It's gonna be some killings all in these streets. Mr. dipped in blood. No, he ain't condescend peace. It's gonna get way too ugly for the land and free. Ask yourself why, little boy, and I'm sure that you see. I don't believe in make-believe. Greek mythology is way too cheap. I don't celebrate my birthday cause this shit bigger than me. Call me what you wanna call. I'ma prove it with the tongue. If these boys ever catch me, I'm going out like 7 songs. Stick my tongue out, put my hands in like cut the bitch off. Before I ever trade on my nation, my word, oh my God. All these Edomites trying to catch me cause they know I'm right. It either be a bitch of my own people that's trying to take my life. There's a shooter outside and he quiet. There's a shooter outside and he quiet. Yeah, he quiet. Yeah, he quiet. Yeah, he quiet in the motherfucker quiet. They know shit like I'ma shoot. 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 Yeah. Diamond dance. Yeah. To get the picture. Yeah. I see you smiling. Cause a boy bit them.
Not like this.
Too high. Too far to the All right, shalom. This is the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. Star of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under the leadership of Commander Jimmy Hanna. You understand what we teach is so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Indians are true biblical Jews according to the Bible, according to archaeology. So I'm preaching also Mark Docket, holding down the Tuesday Brotherhood Class. In the spirit of the Most High, you understand, we all know that brotherhood and sisterhood are synonymous. They go hand in hand. You understand? And, we are living in the times where, we are in the midst of World War III, right? Of course, we are seeing the wars and the rumors of wars. You understand? We see it every single day throughout social media. You understand? Every single day throughout, these major news corporations. You understand? We are seeing it. You understand? And more importantly, we are living it. You understand? How do we know that? You understand? Because Black, Latinos, and Native Indians as a whole, we are oppressed. You understand? We are oppressed to the point where, it comes a time to the point where, we consider our loved ones. You understand? We consider our family members. You understand? We consider these things as a valuable entity to our lives. You understand? It's nothing like family. Nothing like family. You understand? And, you know, I'm going to backtrack just a little bit and talk about Mardakia, you know, some Mardakia family, or, you know, or that guy that was in the world, you understand? Just so we can get an understanding that, you know, we all make mistakes. You understand? We may be going about a life and, you know, thinking that everything is lined up to the point where, you get a realization that you've been doing it wrong the whole time. You understand? And I can give you a prime example. You understand? When it talks about, you know, reincarnation within the Bible, you understand? And how, you know, the dead shall rise first. You understand? And we're going to get into a whole lot of scriptures. Hopefully we'll be able to get into all of them. I pray we do. You know what I'm saying? I may, you know what I'm saying, say, you know, forget it and, you know, take it a little bit over. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we want to make sure that we keep tight in this schedule, right? But, you know, when it comes to reincarnation, it was something, you know, and I'm going to take it as, you know, like as I was, you know, like a young man, you know, officer of 50, whatever the case may be. You understand? Like, I'm going to take it, you know, from there as far as me hearing it and me hearing it now. You understand? Within the ISUPK under Convention and Hunter, right? You understand? Growing up, you understand? It was, you know, like just, you know, any type of struggles, you know what I'm saying? You know, growing up on poverty, you know what I'm saying? Family members on drugs, you know what I'm saying? They in and out of jail, you understand? It was like a, you know, constant, you know, failure. You know what I'm saying? Like you will, you know, want your father to be at your basketball games. You will want your mother to, be there as well. You understand? But they too busy doing what they think life is right. You know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, whether it's being on drugs or, you know, being alcoholics or, not giving a damn about their children. You understand? And they have to come to a point where, you know, and this is, you know, like, this is just me. You understand? Like, it had to come to a point where I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, do I even have parents? You understand? They had to come to a point like, damn, like, you know, does my father love me? You understand? Like, does my mother even, you know, like give a damn about me? You understand? Does my, you know, family members give a damn about me? Talking about my brothers, my sisters, my aunts, my uncles. Like, damn, do they even give a fuck about me? You know what I'm saying? Like, it came to that point where it's like, shit. Maybe they don't. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they never did. You understand? And you can go to Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 1. You know, it was just a constant. It was like a residual cycle of just being confused on, damn, is this my real family or is this just a make-believe family? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, watching my mom getting beat. I'm talking about to a pulp. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 1. You know what I'm saying? Seeing my mom getting beat to the point where she's unconscious. You understand? And as a boy, you understand, from 7 to 8 years old, you know what I'm saying? I never realized until up to now that, that I was holding in some trauma that possibly could have been, you know, gone years and years ago. You understand? So, you know, I watched my mom get beat, watch my mom get beat to the point where she's unconscious. You understand? She can't see. You understand? She can't breathe. And my father just continued to well in her, to the point where I was like, man, listen, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm small as hell. You know what I'm saying? I got to get in between that. You understand? He pushed me to the side, you know what I'm saying, you know, get out of grown folks' business, whatever the case may be. But I never realized that, like certain people, like mainly myself, like I can hold on to those things, that my father did, that my mother did, and that my brothers and sisters did, to the point where I was holding a grudge against my own family members. You understand? But now, you know what I'm saying, like thanks to the Most High in Christ for, like the ISUPK and the ISUPK on the Convention and all the generals are on down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm realizing that, it's going to be a point of given time where, they're going to come back into this life. You know what I'm saying? Like, my father, you know what I'm saying, is going to come back into this life, and he's going to be able to what? He's going to be able to live a righteous life. You know what I'm saying? Versus whatever past trauma he may have, you know what I'm saying, that caused him to do those things to my mother, hell, to himself, and inevitably, you know what I'm saying, to his kids. You know what I'm saying? He was living the best life that he thought was right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it was right, it was wrong. I just know that at that given time, I just knew that it was fucked up. You understand? And I just knew that, I had to find some type of exit route and, making promises to my mother, making promises to my sisters, making promises to my brother that I was never going to be like this man. I was never going to put my hands on this woman, on a woman or just any woman. You understand? And I was able to uphold that. You understand? And, one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to backtrack. You understand? That's something that I personally would never want any brother to go through, any sister to go through. You understand? As far as feeling as if you're nothing. You understand? That's why I always encourage brothers and sisters to get in this ISUPK, man. You understand? It's proven that they have the antidote to cure any illness that you may ever even think of. You understand? So that's what I'll do. Let me get that vitamin water if you don't mind. Water.
And this is alkaline water.
Okay, I appreciate it. You understand? Like it had to come to a point in my life where I was, damn near at a breaking point. You understand? And I'm most definitely get into scriptures and talk about reincarnation. You understand? But sometimes, within class, you gotta let it be known. You understand? I remember being like a freshman or sophomore in college, right? And I remember my mother passed. You understand? My mother passed. That was just so. That was like it was like a heart. You know what I mean? Like it's like my heart just became so heavy. You understand? Because I would talk to my mom every single day. You understand? I was a mama's boy. You know what I'm saying? Like I would talk to my mom every single day. You understand? Because I remember those times when I had to, hold her and I had to massage her feet and I had to do these things from what, they were going through. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. You understand? And I remember those things. You understand? I'm like, damn. So, went to the funeral. I came straight back to college. You know what I'm saying? And everybody like, damn, like, how did you come straight back? You know what I'm saying? Because, I know, my mother and my parents, they don't want me to go back to that lifestyle that they were living. You know what I'm saying? Or they didn't want me to, stay complacent with, with a particular lifestyle, right? So now, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm in the ISUPK, I'm managing how to, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm realizing that, of course, reincarnation is real and, like regeneration is real. So I'm talking about like as far as bringing your family back, right? Within the same life, right? So now, I'm thinking I'm doing it right. I'm, like trying to search for a woman, you know what I'm saying? Talking to women, say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Getting to school, you know what I'm saying? If you really want, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want me, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Doing it this way, say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, now, I'm, learning, like a couple of scriptures, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning, like a few breakdowns. And now it's to the point where, I'm able to, quote unquote, teach these sisters, but now realizing that, damn, some sisters, they need to go through the same thing that you went through, or some brothers as well too need to go through the same thing that you went through. Talking about, like talking about like the rules and protocols that we have that's set up within the school, right? You understand? What is it? You do your 90 days. Sometimes it takes brothers longer. Sometimes it takes sisters longer as well too. And then what? You get your Hebrew name. You know what I'm saying? And what is that? You know what I'm saying? You're truly, truly shedding yourself of the world. You know what I'm saying? You're shedding yourself of that understanding that once you thought was right, you know what I'm saying? It could have been totally wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, talking about, and, this lines up all throughout, like brotherhood and sisterhood. You understand? Like, who would have ever known that, seeing it in the Bible, that Christ is a black man? You understand? It's something simple for us, but, like, wait until you get, become a trooper and you become an officer and you get these phone calls, be like, man, you don't know that Christ is a black man? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that the laws are not done away with. You don't know that, that you can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that, that you gotta, like there's a law on brotherhood and sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that is, of course, is very simple to us, But, you know, once you start talking to people in the world, you begin to understand, like, damn, it's a lot of work that needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, you know, things that needs to be established. You understand? So the whole earth can understand that the IHBK is the only truth and the only people that give a damn about Black, Latinos, and Native Indians, man. You understand? Give it up for the Passover, man. You understand? I know it was a few weeks ago. You understand? But that thing right there, man, it's like a refueling, man. You understand? Like you get to see all the brothers and sisters that you haven't seen in a long time. You understand? It's like a big old family reunion. You understand? But we're doing it within, within the works of the Bible. You understand? And we talked about the Passover right before, we went down there to Houston. You understand? So what I want you to do is I want you to read Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 1. You got it.
You said Ecclesiastes, right?
Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 1.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 1. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king of Jerusalem.
You understand? Now, as we keep on reading down these scriptures, we're going to get the basics of reincarnation. As far as everything is in vain and truth. And guess what? We have to realize that you're not just serving the Most High in the amounts to nothing. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at it as what? That we're doing this. So what? So we can truly, truly, truly serve the Most High. A lot of people think that they're serving the Most High by just doing the bare minimum. You understand? But, like once you get that bare minimum and then you gain that understanding, guess what? You got to serve the Most High even more. You got to put yourself out of it. You understand? You got to truly, truly get you, itself. You understand? Myself is not myself anymore. You understand? My body belongs to the Most High. You understand? And I want to continue to do this work over and over and over and over and over again. So it's like, man, I'm giving up. But guess what? Gird up those loins and say, you know what? Keep on going, keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. You understand? Because that right there, that will, let everyone know that's around you that you're changing. You know what I'm saying? And you're changing for the better. You know what I'm saying? Not for yourself, but for the other ones. And guess what? They're going to slowly diminish out of your life. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's family members, whether it's your own kids, whether it's baby mamas, whether it's, cousins, aunts, uncles, they're going to slowly diminish. Why? Because they're seeing that change in you. You understand? But more importantly, like we're talking about reincarnation, and we're going to get into it as far as how, everyone is going to, let me get that, that tablet so I can go on, so we can get on TikTok. Now you good. Just give me 1 second here. Let me try to get on this.
What was that scripture that you did?
1 second. Let me get this. Let's go, Bob. I probably should set this up a little bit longer. My apologies, y'all. 1 moment here. All right. Brotherhood. All right. All right, boom. So everyone's going to get at some point in time, right? Someone's going to, like you're going to, as far as, Black, Latinos, and Native Indians, or just anybody, within the world, you're going to get 6 feet under. You understand? You're going to be 6 feet under, right? You understand? And we got to realize that all that, all the fame, all the money, all the riches and glory, guess what? Is going to get passed down to who? That's a question. Go ahead.
Your sons and their sons.
It's going to get passed down to your family members. I think we went over in the Sabbath service of how the inheritance goes. Remember that? You understand? And you can read that on your own time. You understand? But knowing that you're gonna be unalived or die one day, you know what I'm saying? We gotta realize that guess what? That one generation is going to die, but guess what? Another one is going to come. You understand? Another one is going to come. Let's keep reading.
Kind of book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 1. The word of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem, vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity.
Keep going.
What profit hath a man of all his labor, which he taketh under the sun?
And what does under the sun mean? Go ahead.
I mean, everything. Pretty much everything that's created, I guess.
Read it one more time, okay?
What profit hath a man of all his labor, which he taketh under the sun?
All right, so boom. So what's under the sun? Think about, like the solar system. Thinking about, like as far as not necessarily saying from like a science point of view, but it's kind of like you do have to go like, like how you got like the earth, the globe. Well, damn, I didn't give it away. So like it, you understand? Yeah. So it's the earth, right? So let's keep reading. Should like it.
One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh.
Read that one more time.
One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh.
You understand? Life is what? Life is an endless circle. You understand? Life is an endless circle. It just keeps going on and on and on and on. You understand? And it's all produced. Of course, we're going to get to it. Kind of want to say it just in case we don't get to it. You understand? It's all going to be through that man's seed. You understand? It's going to keep going over and over and over again, right? Say, and I'll use myself as an example, right? You said, say me, right? I have, it's me. I have two brothers, one older, one younger, right? I got 3 sisters, right? 2 older, 1 younger, 1 passed away, right? Right. So boom, right? So, and this would be a question, right? Say for instance that, right? Well, this is a reality, right? Say that, my parents are passed, right? Mainly my father, right? How would me and my family be able to bring my father back into that cycle or back into that endless circle, as I just said? And we're going to get into it, within the scripture, but just in case, for time's sake, we're not able to get to it. Go ahead.
Would it be like his passing his knowledge and wisdom?
Not so much that. Like that, that comes with, being around your father or, being around those family members. You understand? I'm talking about as far as, go ahead.
We got a comment on LB1 Westland said, Salakia, if I may, through the sun having sun.
That's it. Whoever said that, give that person a hand. You understand? That sun having sun. You understand? Meaning that cycle is never going to end. You understand? It's going to keep on going and going and going and going. Because guess what? Eventually, guess what? You're going to pass. You're going to pass away, right? You understand? But guess what? If you had a son, guess what? That son can bring you back. You understand? And I look at my personal situation as far as how much I hated my father. I hated my father with a passion, man. You understand? I hated my father to a passion for what he done to my mother and his family, and more important to himself. You understand? But as I came into this truth, and I'm, understanding that, he was living the best way that he thought that was right. You know what I'm saying? I held no grudges against my family whatsoever. No grudges against my mother, no grudges against my, my father, no grudges as hell, even against my brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? Because they done did a whole bunch of ill will stuff as well. You understand? But I need to understand, and I am understanding that what? Oh, shoot. that the way that my father would be able to come back is what is through me. You understand? And like I said, I've been searching for that right woman, trying to, trying to do it my way, trying to do it my way. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, like introduce myself as a Hebrew Israelite here in ISUBK. Trying to, trying to be, calm with it and trying to be, aggressive with it and trying to be, as far as, just saying, let me try from a different approach. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that old guy. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about what he used to do. Let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm realizing now that, I cannot diminish what the ISUBK has built. You understand? Like, as far as, like within me, you understand? As far as me gaining that knowledge and that understanding and realizing that that everything happens, not necessarily for a reason, but everything happens because it has purpose. You understand? So let's keep on reading.
Book of Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Verse 1. Chapter 1, verse 4.
No, you good. Take your time.
One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
You understand? Meaning what, man? That the earth is always going to be here, man. You understand? The earth is always going to be here, but guess what? You're not. I'm not. You understand? So guess what, man? It's good to continue that family cycle. You know what I'm saying? It's good to continue, that heritage, that inheritance. You understand? Let's keep reading.
Verse 5, the sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he rose.
You understand? It's like laying down a pattern, right? You understand? Like, think about like even with the wind, right? You understand? The wind has what? The wind has imagine like a tornado, right? Or tornado goes what? It goes in a what?
360.
Which will be inevitably what? Think about what we talked about earlier. It will be inevitably what? If it's going in a 360, you know what I'm saying? What would it be doing?
Going in a circle.
It's going in a circle. There you go. You understand? Just like with the wind. You know what I'm saying? The wind goes in a circle. So guess what? It's like I don't want to say that we a tornado, we're a circle. You know what I'm saying? But our life is like a circle. It's like an endless circle. You understand? Once we have that sun, we'll see that sun like, man, that's my pop. Or that's my, that's my older brother that passed away. Or that's my younger brother that passed away. Or that's, that's my little sister. Or that's my older sister. You understand? And guess what? You just keep going on and on and on again, right? Let's keep reading. And so like I can, you know, say you can pitch in whenever, got any questions, whatever the case may be. You understand? All right, let's go.
Verse 6, the wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to his circuit.
You understand? Just like we said, it's going to go in that circle over and over and over again, right? It's going to keep on doing it. You understand? Like, look at, and I think of this, in the, like the transatlantic slave trade, right? You know what I'm saying? Slavery, right? Those boats, right? You know what I'm saying? Like how they used to throw us off of the boat and the sharks would be right there. You know what I'm saying? To this day, that sharks is going in that same path. You know what I'm saying? Throughout South Carolina, throughout North Carolina, you know what I'm saying? Throughout, Georgia as well, too. Those sharks go in that same cycle. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? Because they was able to get some food right there. You know what I'm saying? They was able to get that. So it's just like that. It's a big old circle. You know what I'm saying? They're going where from, from the Caribbean to South Africa, you know what I'm saying, to the U.S. It's almost them like a big old circle that they're going around to this day. You know what I'm saying? You can look it up. You understand? To this day, there are, like some of those sharks are still going within that same cycle, going through that same circle, because they knew that they was going to be able to get some grub right there, man. They knew that they was going to be able to, unalive our ancestors. You understand? Let's keep reading.
Verse 7. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from whence the rivers come,
You understand?
thither they return again.
Said, it sounds like that flow of the river as well too. You understand? It just keep going in a circle and circle, keep on going from north to the south, to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west. You understand? In a big old circle. Big old circle. Let's keep on going.
Verse 8. All things are full of labor.
All things are what?
Are full of labor.
Keep going.
Man cannot utter it.
Mm-hmm.
The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing.
You understand? All these things, man. All these things that we look forward to. All these things that we trying to, accomplish in life, right? You understand? All these things are full of labor, man. You understand? Think about how white society doesn't want anyone to be greater than him, right? White society don't give a damn about Black, Latinos, and Native Indians, man. You understand? And we're seeing it more and more throughout the days, throughout the days. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing ICE just destroy our Hispanic brothers, man. We're seeing the police do what? They're destroying, so-called, like the so-called Black woman and child, man. You understand? We're seeing it being destroyed right before our eyes, man. But we're not understanding why, because we're not in the ISUPK, man. The ISUPK is the only people that are upon the face of the earth that be able to give you these breakdown properly, man. You understand? Let's keep reading.
Verse 9. The thing that hath been selected, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
You understand? There's nothing new under the sun, man. Nothing new is under the sun, man. You understand? Think about it, man. All these are like a circle of life, man. You understand? Think about, you understand? And I got to kind of get on myself about this. Think about Jordans. You understand? Retro Jordans come out what? It's like a circle. You understand? Like they'll wait, like 4 or 5 years and, like bring out, like a reimagine or like a retro Jordan or like an OG Jordan. And they just keep doing it over and over again. But guess what? Mainly Judah, you understand? I have to say it. Mainly Judah, we gravitate towards that. You understand? Whether it was because we couldn't afford it when we was growing up or we couldn't afford it, you understand? Like throughout, like our teenage years. You understand? Because I remember my first pair of Jordans, man. I wore them up down. You understand? I wore them down to the point where it was like, dang, these are the only Jordans I'm going to be able to get probably for my childhood life. But guess what? I wore them down. Man. You understand? So, realizing and understanding this, man, even with the, like the Nike Air Maxes, like the foam posits, some of the older schools shoes, you know what I'm saying? Those will be called retro Jordans. You know what I'm saying? They just keep going over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? They may wait, like 3-4 years for them to bring them out again, but guess what? They're going to bring them out again. You know what I'm saying? People was going crazy over those, those Gamma 11s. You understand? People was going crazy over those Jordan 5 metallics. You understand? And guess what? It's going to come out again. Probably, like 3-4 more years. You said they had to restock those Gamma 11s, if I'm not mistaken, like 3 or 4 times because people were just gravitating to them. You understand? And I'm not saying like it's like an ignorant thing or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know, what that particular person was going through in their upbringing, or if it's just for their kids. You understand? Let's read verse 9 again, man.
Verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun.
You understand? The concept of life is circular, man. You know what I'm saying? When it's talking about nothing new is under the sun, man, think about the Tower of Babel, man. You know what I'm saying? That was built for what? What was the Tower of Babel built for? Go ahead.
I think they were trying to reach the heavens, right?
You know what I'm saying? To do what?
I think to be on God's level or something like that, or to like to reach heaven or something like that.
And also to try to fight the Most High. You understand? You understand? They did the Tower of Babel to try to reach up to the heavens, so they'll be able to try to conquer the Most High or try to be on the same level with the Most High. Man. You understand? Think about spaceships. You understand? Think about I'm not certain people still watching, like with these times. You understand? Think about Star Wars. You understand? Think about those things, man, that was, was just going through all throughout space. You know what I'm saying? Like just traveling. And like even within NASA, you know what I'm saying? They say that they go to the moon and they try to go beyond the moon to try to see if life is beyond the solar system, whatever the case may be. You understand? They're looking for something that is outer space. You understand? So even with the there's a video, man. I'm trying to think, who was that, man? Ronald Reagan. The video years ago. You know what I'm saying? He said what? He said, one day we're gonna have to fight someone or something outside of the planet Earth, man. You understand? One day, he said, and this is Ronald Reagan, you know what I'm saying? You can look up the tapes. He said, one day we're gonna have to fight something that is not on this planet. You understand? That is out of this world. You understand? That's when you got the, what was it? The UFOs, and I believe they called it to the UAPs. And, now they're, I want to say like they have another word for it. You understand? White America is truly, truly frightened of what's to come within this World War III, man. Truly, truly frightened. You understand? Truly, truly frightened to the point where it's like, man, what can happen? You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen? And this was years ago they was talking about this, man. You know what I'm saying? They even have, like different articles where they were saying that they were seeing these, these UFOs, which of course within the Bible, they're called chariots, and they were seeing these black figures. You understand? I challenge everybody to look that up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? That's not far-fetched, man. That's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Christ and a 200 million angels, they're going to come down to the place and destroy it. Why? To restore order in a place that is just so needed, man. We need that righteous order in this place, man. That's the only thing that's going to be able to fix this place, man. The only thing is righteous order, man. And that's only going to come from Christ, man. Of course, we're seeing it here in the ISUBK, but guess what? This is just a piece of the kingdom of heaven, man. This is just a small piece of the kingdom of heaven right here. You understand? Very, very small piece, man. But guess what? We believe in it. We love it. We enjoy it. You understand? Read verse 9 again, man, because this is a heavy part right here, man.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
Mm-hmm. Has anybody ever heard of an intercontinental ballistic missile? Intercontinental ballistic missile. Let's look that up. Intercontinental ballistic missile. Let's look that up.
So I want to say an intercontinental ballistic missile.
Yeah.
ICBM. I have it right here.
All right.
It states an intercontinental ballistic missile is a guided land-based missile designed for a nuclear weapon.
Oh, what now? Hold on. So you gotta slow that thing down. You said what again now? You said nuclear, right?
Kind.
Okay. Now read from the top one more time.
An intercontinental ballistic missile is a guided land-based missile designed for nuclear weapon delivery with a minimum range of 5,500 kilometers, approximate 3,400 miles.
That's very big. Pause. You understand? You said 300 miles?
3,400 miles.
My bad. 3,400 miles. Just imagine how wide that is, man. Just imagine that, guess what? One day, you understand, there's going to be a target on one of these. You know, like, I'm not going to get too far-fetched in the World War III. You understand? Maybe that's another class that we could talk at in another day. You understand? But just imagine that ballistic missile coming over here to America. You understand? And we not, as a whole, as a people, are not following these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And not putting the Most High first in our lives, man. And not giving a damn about God's chosen people when I'm talking about Black, Latinos, and Native Indians, man. Just imagine that, man. You understand? And I want every brother and sister, man, to truly, truly understand that, man. That ballistic missile may just hit your area, man. You understand? I will pray not, man. You understand? I will surely pray not, man. But this is something that we gotta take serious, man. It's something we gotta take serious. Josiah, were you able to pull up like a visual of it? Can you put that on the actual screen?
I did, sir.
Okay. Most High in Christ. You understand? Just imagine that coming to a city near you, man. You understand? Just imagine all the frantic and all the being scared. You know what I'm saying? But also imagine being in the truth and knowing that what? Man, Christ has to be coming back sooner. He has to be coming back soon. You understand? Has to be coming back soon. You understand? Gotta take this thing just a little bit more serious, man. Let's keep on reading, brother.
Oh, okay. You want me to leave that up?
You can take, well, yeah, man. Let's leave it up. Go ahead.
Verse 9 again, or go to 10?
Yeah, you can read verse 9 and then you can go ahead and read through verse 10.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. Mm-hmm. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been, it hath been already of old time, which was before us.
Which was before us, man. Nothing that you can say is new pertaining to man. You know what I'm saying? Look at these news articles. You know what I'm saying? Every time you refresh every time you refresh your feed, some new type of news article is coming out. You understand? Nothing that you can say is new pertaining to man. Why? Because everything is being refreshed. Everything has a cycle. Everything is going in a circle as far as with new news. You understand? As far as with new news articles. You understand? And guess what? Just like we correlate with this with reincarnation, guess what? You are like a news feed. You understand? Because guess what? If you're having sexual intercourse with a woman, that's your wife, right? So guess what? You get her pregnant, right? And guess what? Guess what comes out? A seed. You understand? Whether it's a son, whether it's a daughter, and guess what? That's some of your old ancestors right there. You understand? That's some of your old whether it's your grandma, you know what I'm saying, your grandfather, whatever the case may be. It's like a news feed, just spitting out of you. You know what I'm saying? And of course we all understand that, that the man is the progenitor of that seed, of that gender of the baby. You know what I'm saying? Of that what's the word I'm looking for, man? Oh man, something to my tongue. Should like it. What you think I'm thinking about, Josiah? Mm-hmm.
Gender, maybe?
Gender. You understand? It's all through the man. It says, like I said earlier, it's like a news feed, man. Just keep going and keep going and keep going in that circle of life. Read verse 10 again, brother.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 10. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us.
You understand? And now when we come back in that new flesh, guess what? You may not be in so much hell. You understand? Guess what? You may get born into the truth. You understand? You may get born into a lifestyle that you never experienced before. But guess what? You're gonna be born again within that same tribe that you was born in. You understand? It's not like a white man can be recreated into a black man. You understand? Like when he passed away and he come back in that next life. No, come back that same exact tribe that you were when you were unalive, man, or that you passed away, right? Go to First Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 1. Please.
What verse did we stop at?
Verse 10. Verse 10.
First Corinthians 15.
We can start at verse 1. Let me get there too, if you like it. 1 second.
Like, sir, we had a comment too.
Yeah. Go ahead.
By LB1 Westland. She said, Salakia, if I may, get in this truth, and you don't have to worry about this coming to a city near you.
Damn right, man. Give that a hand. And so I try to veer away from a TikTok, man, but they had some some questions in the comments, but there's no sweat. Gotcha. So Nick White World, we are not Jewish. We are we are the true Jews according to the Bible, Hebrew Israelites. And this is not a star. We talk about that almost every class. This is this is the shield of David. This is King David's name in Hebrew. The Magun Da with Da, so it's just the Da, the Y, and the Da. And this is a signet, that was wore all throughout the biblical days. All right. My apologies for not getting to them too quick. Just gonna ignore that one. All right, got some little trolls, but it's no sweat, right? First Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 1, right?
Go
ahead.
First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I declare unto you the gospel which I preached unto you, which also ye have received, and wherein ye stand, by which also ye are saved.
That's First Corinthians?
First Corinthians 15 1. All
right. Read it one more time. My apologies.
First Corinthians.
One second, man. All right. Let's read it again.
First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I declare unto you the gospel which I preached unto you, which also ye have received, and wherein ye stand.
You understand? You have certain people that that think that reincarnation isn't real. You understand? Now, of course, we're gonna go through a few more scriptures that's gonna pinpoint as far as Christ being reincarnated, right? You understand? Does anybody know? 1 second here. Does anybody know, who Christ was before he was Christ? Who Christ was before he was? Go ahead.
Oh, he was a carpenter.
No, so like, like remember, like still within the class as far as like reincarnation, right? So who was Christ, before he was Christ?
Was it David or Adam? I know it was
Said
Adam.
one, right? Adam.
It was Adam.
So like, okay, then who? So then what happened after Adam? Who was it?
Like, I may be wrong, but I want to say David, right?
Somebody said Abraham. So we got Adam, right? So now who's going to be next? Remember we're talking about reincarnation, we're talking about regeneration. And a lot of people don't understand that, that Christ, was here on earth. Was here, was Adam. I'm going to give somebody some more chance. Somebody said Moses. No, that's not it. Anybody said anything online?
No.
All right. So I try to think about that, man. And also, when I'm gonna try to get through all these scriptures, but when we have time, and maybe we can go over that next class. So maybe it can be like a part 2 or something like that. So we got Adam, right? So I'm gonna give you one, right? Melchizedek. So we got Adam, Melchizedek. We got 2 more. Go ahead.
Jacob.
You close. Real close.
Abraham.
No, somebody already said Abraham. Somebody said Moses.
Can I get one more?
Hey, man, you can give out. So like, I'm probably give like 2 or 3 more. All right. Isaac. That was a good one. So we got Adam, Melchizedek, Isaac, and 1 more. Probably one of the, well, I ain't gonna say too much. You got 1 more. Any comments online? So we got Adam, Melchizedek, Isaac. Say it, Josiah. You want to say it?
Like I'm wrong, though.
No, man. Like, don't feel like you're wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like you're wrong.
I want to say King Solomon.
See, that's it. Get brother in, man. So we got what, Josiah? We got what?
Adam, Melchizedek, Isaac, and Solomon.
And then Christ, right?
Christ.
Make sure you write that down. You understand? We got Adam, Melchizedek, Isaac, Solomon, and Christ. All right. So what's more to like even talk about reincarnation than talk about Christ himself. All right. So where was we at? We was in Corinthians, right? 1 Corinthians, right? Chapter 15 and verse 1, right? So we got what? We got Adam, Melchizedek, Isaac, Solomon, and Christ, right? Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I declare unto you the gospel which I preached unto you, which also ye have received, and wherein ye stand, by which also ye are saved, if ye keep in memory what I preached unto you, unless ye have believed in vain. For I delivered unto you first of all that which I also received, how that Christ died for our sins according to the scriptures.
You understand? We all know that Christ died for the sins of our scriptures. So like for the scriptures pertaining to, of course, Israel. You understand? You can read about that all throughout the New Testament. You understand? Like a real good one is just some basic Acts chapter 5, verse 30 and 31. You understand? That that right there, alone can be able to, possibly bring some of your brothers and sisters into this truth. You understand? Just them knowing that Christ only died for a specific people. You understand? Sometimes you gotta keep it real basic. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to, go outlandish or, try to be a biblical scholar. Sometimes you gotta just keep it simple. And there's nothing wrong with that. You understand? What verse is you on?
Verse 5.
All right. Read verse 4 again.
Oh, Salaki, the last verse I read was verse 3.
Okay, got you. Let's read verse 4.
Verse 4. And that he was buried, and that he rose again
And
the
that
third.
he did what?
And that he was buried and rose again
Keep going.
the third day, according to the scriptures.
Hmm?
And that he was seen of Cephas, then of the 12.
All right, gotcha. Let's, of course, you can read that on your own time. That's just somebody giving an account. Let's drop down to verse 12, okay?
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 12. Now, if Christ be preached that he rose from the dead, how say some among you that there is no resurrection of the dead?
Oh, hold on now. Let's read that again, and let's slow it down.
Verse 12. Now, if Christ be preached that he rose from the dead, how say some among you that there is no resurrection of the dead?
How can he say that? How can anyone say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how they got Easter, you know what I'm saying, within the Christian church, you know what I'm saying? They call it what Resurrection Day. You understand? They say these outlandish things and not, having no ill will of, any type of understanding or context. Let's keep reading, brother.
Verse 13. But if there be no resurrection of the dead, then is Christ not risen?
Come on now. Let's read that again.
But if there be no resurrection of the dead, then is Christ not risen?
You understand? You gotta think about that, man. You know what I'm saying? One of them believed that you die and you do what? Or you get unalive or you pass away for TikTok, that you automatically go where? Talking about like from a Christian point of view. When you die, you automatically go where? Go ahead.
They would say either heaven or hell.
You know what I'm saying? You automatically go to heaven or hell, right? You understand? And, that's just all wrong. You understand? It's all wrong. Like I said, we may have to do a part 2 to this so I can, dig deep into as far as exactly what happens when you take that last breath. You understand? I can give you like a speed tutorial, you know what I'm saying? Boom, you come back. You understand? But it's in a sense of, where's that waiting period? You understand? Like what are you doing within that waiting period? I'm gonna get that breakdown, all right? That's no sweat. Let's keep reading.
Verse 14. And if Christ be not risen, then is our preaching vain, and your faith is also vain?
You understand? Saying what, man? Christianity has failed us because what? They don't believe in the Bible, man. You say they don't believe in how reincarnation is set up, man. You say they not understanding these. Why? Because for one, of course, they're not understanding that, that Christ was, like we said, Adam. Was it what was the other one? Melchizedek,
Isaac, King
Solomon, and then Christ. You understand? And we're gonna get into that as well too, because that's just it's not necessarily a long breakdown, but I wanted to kind of get like the basics of it before we go a little bit more deeper into it. All right. What scripture you on right now?
The last one I read was 14.
All right, let's skip down. Let's go down for time's sake. Let's go down to verse 35.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 35. But some man will say, how are the dead raised up? And with what body do they come?
You know what I'm saying? Christians will say what? Christians will think that, that you can teach that what? That the dead will rise. You know what I'm saying? Like how they did, like how some, and this is primarily within that Christian church. primarily with them Africans, how they would try to say, you know, like somebody was, you know, and you know, like this is some research that you have to do on your own time. You know, they have these videos where they have Africans, you know, saying that they're going to be, you know, saying that the person is, you know, in a casket. You know, he's been, you know, like not breathing for, you know, 3-4 days. You understand? I'm pretty sure you've seen them, Hakuna, y'all. You understand? And then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, this person breathes. And all of a sudden, this person, you know, can be able to see and, you know, and be able to hear and be able to see. You know what I'm saying? All that is like a magic trick. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get caught up within, you know, especially those Africans, man. Those Africans are some, they are some ill will people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to that doctrine of Christianity and that doctrine of, you know, trying to bring somebody back to life. Who was the one person that across Christ? Well, who was the person that Christ brought back to life? That's a question. That's a question.
Was that laughing?
See, man, you be second guessing yourself, man. Don't forget, brother, man. You've been doing some, you know, like you've been doing some reading, man. You can tell. You understand? But also, you don't want to second guess yourself, man. Like just say, boom, is this it? Boom, is this it? Is this it? Because guess what? It's nothing wrong being wrong. You understand? There's nothing wrong being wrong at all. All right, you have verse 35. Let's read verse 36.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 36. Thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened, except it die.
You know what I'm saying? Think about, you know, when you plant something, right? It go in the ground, right? You know what I'm saying? What has to happen for something to sprout up? What has to happen to that seed for it to sprout up?
Has to have water and nutrient.
Oh, that's true. But what happens to that seed for you know anything to sprout up? Whether it's an onion, whether it's cabbage, whether it's carrots, what has to happen to that seed? Because you don't plant the seed and the seed come up, does it?
Time. That's the fact.
Time has that is correct. You know what I'm saying? Like try to stay within the class and then maybe you'll get that answer. Like, you know, like stay within the class and then maybe you can understand it then. We're talking about what? We're talking about reincarnation or regeneration, right? So if you plant something, right? Say I got a say I got a seed of like anything, you know what I'm saying? Like whether it's a seed of, you know, like I said, cabbage, you know, like not cabbage, you know, you got to have a head of cabbage. So let's throw that out there. You know, what is something that is planted by a seed? Let's ask that.
What do you call those things?
You got a watermelon, right? You got to have a watermelon, right? Think about stuff, you know, think about fruits that have seeds, or you know, I'm kind of giving it away, or vegetables that have seeds.
You sound like it has to die.
There you go, brother. There you go. That's once you plant that seed, right? It has to what? It has to die so something can do what?
So it can I guess come back again, reincarnate.
So it can sprout again. You understand? So it can come up, right? So that seed has to die for what? For something to sprout up, right? Now read the scripture again and then try to have that understanding when you read that scripture, okay?
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 35.
Verse 36.
36. Mm-hmm. Thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened, except it die.
You understand? And so, like, listen, remember how we talked about like you die or you get unalived and you come back that same tribe? Can you plant a watermelon and get an orange? Can you plant an orange and get a banana hanging from a tree? Can you get a cabbage and it comes out to be, you know, mustard or turnip greens? You understand? So just like within like the regeneration of life, It's the same like that with us. We're gonna come back as long as we got those sons. You understand? So, don't be fearful of death. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fearful of death, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make sure that everything is done properly when you're trying to, get that sister to be able to have the kids. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that sister for one is definitely UPK straight up and down, man. UPK straight up and down. Why? Because you don't want no sister that's in the world that may pull out some bad trauma with you or within her. You want to make sure that she's doing it the right way. You understand? You want to make sure that she's doing it the absolutely right way, right? And the only right way is what? Is to do the same thing that you went through, right? Talking about the 90 days, talking about getting your Hebrew name, talking about, like taking the officer's test, you know what I'm saying? Talking about, like your first camp speaker, talking about your first class that you're teaching. Those are some things that, brothers look forward to, right? Or, with sisters, you know what I'm saying? They come in, like some sisters, like they come in for the knowledge base. Some sisters, they come in to find a husband. Some sisters, they come in to just serve. You understand? But once again, we got to realize that regeneration has to continue to happen. You understand? And I'm mainly talking to myself. You understand? Like, don't think I'm bashing anybody, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it came to a point in life where I say, you know what? I have to stop trying to do this my own way. I have to stop, man. You understand? Let's keep reading.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 37. And that which thou sowest not that body, that shall be, but bear grain. It may chance of wheat or of some other grain.
Keep going.
But God giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body.
You understand? So meaning what? You know what I'm saying? You may, in your past life, you may have been, 6'8". But now in this life, guess what? You're 5'8". You understand? You may have been 5'8" in your previous life, but guess what? Now you're 6'7". You may have been a 7-footer, a giant, and now you're 4'11". You understand? So don't look at it as, okay, you're going to come back, you're going to look the exact same. You understand? You may have some similarities. You understand? Like you look at, you look at certain, certain families, like as far as down your family tree, you may have some similarities. You understand? Like when it comes up to, like to your, whether it's like your nieces, whether it's like your little cousins, you may be able to see someone in them that was once living when you were, was once living while you're living. Does that make sense? So you may have, explain what I just said, just so I won't miss anybody. Go ahead. If you need me,
please, sir.
Okay, I got you, right? So boom, and that's why I asked that, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to miss nobody, right? Say you, right? Say you got a little niche, right? Right? Small, right? A little niche, right? But you remembered how your grandmother looked, right? And you seeing your grandmother and your little niece, or you had a uncle that may pass away when you were, when you were younger, right? But now you have this nephew that, dang, he kind of looked like my uncle, or he kind of looked like, my cousin or my nephew, whatever the case may be, right? That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm talking about as far as read the scripture again, and then we can, then we can implement exactly what I just said. Okay.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 37. And that which thou sowest not that body, that shall be, but bear grain. It may chance of wheat or of some other grain.
Verse 38.
But God giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body.
You understand? Now is that what I just said? Now is that making sense? If not, just let me know.
I'm not gonna.
So
38 makes sense. But 37 kind of like it's confusing just a little.
Okay, let's read verse 37 again.
Verse 37. And that which thou sowest not that body that shall be, but bare grain. It may chance of wheat or some other grain.
You understand? Meaning that what? Just like 38 saying, you know, like it may have, you know, like it may be, just like the scripture says, it says what? Let's read it again. In that which thou sowest not that the body shall be, but bare grain. It may chance of wheat or of some other grain. Or of some other grain. It may be that wheat or of some other grain, meaning what? Take a wild guess. Because it's right there in front of you.
It's like, what was the question again?
So that last part is key. Where it says, but have bare grain, it may chance of wheat or of some other grain. Some other grain.
I don't know that many types of grain, but it sounds like it's just saying it could be something.
Something else in the sense of what though?
Like another type of grain or something. Like it might not be what you thought. It was
Now you know. Now you're getting on to it. Now you're getting on to it. But now bring that into what we're talking about with reincarnation and regeneration. Think about the grain, right? It's of the same grain. No, wait. What did it say? No, the chance of a wheat, but it may be a different grain. So the wheat is what we need to concentrate on, but it may be a different grain. Wheat.
So I think my definition of the word grain isn't. Maybe if you could explain what a grain.
Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's look up wheat, and then let's look up grain. Okay. Because it's right there in front of you. But so we want to make sure that we gain that understanding. No, yeah. Go ahead.
Grains.
No, let's look at wheat first.
Wheat first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wheat is a widely cultivated, nutrient-rich cereal grass, and it's edible, yellowish-brown grain, which is a staple food source for over 35% of the world's population.
Gotcha. Now let's look up grain.
Grains are small, hard, dry seeds harvested from cultivated grasses such as wheat, rice, corn, and oats.
Gotcha. So remember when we talked about if we put that seed in the ground, it has to do what? It has to die, right? So with the wheat, right, and the grains, right, it's what? We're reading that what? That grain is what? That the grain is what again?
That grain is you want the whole thing, small, hard, dry seeds harvest from cultivated grasses such as wheat, rice, corn.
So let's stop there, right? So now we got the wheat, right? The wheat is the base of it, right? Look at the meat as, man, I don't want to give it away, but I kind of want to, right? The wheat is like the man, right? The seed, right? And the grain is what?
The body?
Not so much. So when you look at the wheat, right? Look at the wheat as like a base or like a substance, right? And what comes out of the wheat?
The grain.
The grains. Now tie that in within the class. You got the wheat, right? And what's coming out of the wheat? The grains. And we're talking about what in class? So now put two and two together now. Y'all got this, man. Y'all got it. Come on. Y'all about to teach me. Come on. It's not that hard because it's right there in front of you.
So the reincarnated niece who, in that example, who reminds you of the grandmother, that would be the grain, right?
That would be that would be the offspring, right? So like, remember how we said like the wheat, right? But within that wheat, you have grains, right? right? So the we can be in the absence of, you know, a black man or that black seed, right? Right? And then guess what? Wheat is full of what? Of grains, right? And grains can be like, you know, okay, let me just give it to you, right? So wheat, right? So you know, like wheat is like you know, full of grains, full of, you know, full of offsprings. Let's say that, right? The man is what? He's full of what?
Full of offspring, full of grains,
full of seed, right? Y'all get it now?
Concepts, a lot.
Does that make sense? Hakonaya?
Oh, kind of.
Got me?
Yeah, kind of.
You understand? So boom. So we got that, right? So does that make sense to you now? You sure? All right, Most High Christ. Let's where was we at? What was that? 37 went down to 38. Now let's go to verse 39.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds.
So what is that scripture saying to you? What is that? And if we need to read it again, we can.
It's kind of like the same thing. Kind of, it's like different forms, but I don't know, different groups of flesh and stuff. How you got like different seeds and stuff like that, different grains. You got different types of flesh.
So,
but it's all flesh, I guess.
You kind of get in on it, right? So, are y'all familiar with celestial bodies and terrestrial bodies?
I know celestials like the stars and the clouds and stuff like that. And terrestrials like the earth.
Gotcha. That's heavy, right? So read the scripture one more time, right?
All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds.
So that's meaning, just like we was talking about earlier, right? That when you come back, you're not going to come back like, you know, like say you're a dog, right? You're not going to come back as a cat. When you die as a, you know, man, you're not going to come back no damn coyote. Read it one more time and then, you know, like look at that analogy that I just gave, okay?
All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds.
You see how I'm saying? It's another flesh of man, another flesh of fish, another flesh of what was the other one? Bird.
Concept.
That's all just one flesh. You know what I'm saying? You can't come back and be something totally off whack, something totally different. You understand? Does that make sense?
Concept.
All right. Let's all right, we got a little bit more time. I got a few more scriptures. Let's see.
Are we done with this one right here?
Yeah, we are.
Did you stop at 39?
Verse 39. Yeah. Let's
so like we got 2 comments.
Okay, please let's go.
Sharab Banat Yahweh said everything of his own kind or kin. And Naima said, Salakia, sir, we don't come from monkeys, and you don't die. Go to heaven and become an angel.
You understand? That's like a misconception as well too, because like within like I want to say it's like Roman Catholicism and like the Roman Catholic Church, and some Christians believe that when you die you're going to come back and you're going to be an angel. You gotta realize that angels don't die. You understand? So like saying that like it's definitely way far fetched. You understand? And yeah, that's just a very far-fetched thing to say. You understand? Go ahead.
I think that's heavy that she even said that, because I think that's overlooked a lot.
It is
like that comparison of us to angels and things like
right.
that. First of all, they don't even get to look at the angels, right? That's one thing. You know what I mean? But it's just that she's even thinking of it and compare that into contrast of what you're speaking of in the class. You know, I like that.
Yeah, man, because you know, angels, they're described as what? As a figure that is a figure of a monster. But in Christianity and in America and all across the earth, it's a baby with a small rod and 2 wings. You understand? I mean, like, am I making that up though? You know what I'm saying? And if we go to the scriptures, man, which is just it's so blunt and straightforward. You understand that you can't miss it. Go ahead, brother.
So I just wanted to throw in there that maybe right before Passover, Officer Nayar and Officer Bond, they had to kind of sit me down and get that out of my head, because I was thinking that we become angels and stuff like that. And they kind of had to sit me down and explain like that's not the case.
Nah, it's
you
not
know, like what heaven actually was gonna be, what hell is gonna be, the conditions and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, that's all it is. It's a condition, man. Heaven and hell is a condition. And of course, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, Black, Latinos, and Native Indians, we've been in hell for a very long time, man. You know what I'm saying? White society, this is their heaven. Whether they want to take advantage of it or whether they don't, this is their heaven. You know what I'm saying? But like I was talking about earlier, when Christ comes back with those 200 million angels, you know what I'm saying, the 2,000 angels, you understand? Guess what's going to happen, man? We're going to be able to see our heaven and have them be in hell. You know what I'm saying? Just like the scripture says, what's that in Revelations when it talks about, let's go to Revelations 3 and 9, man, just for context, okay? Just so we can get that, okay?
Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
That's heavy right there. That's something to look forward to, man. You understand? Because, you know, we all see what's going on. That Jewish community think that that there's God's chosen people, that they have the promise, that they have the covenants, that they have the promise. That's not what that scripture is saying right there. Go to Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
The synagogue of who?
The synagogue of Satan.
You understand? That's who those people are, man. They are the synagogue of Satan. They do not care whatsoever. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. Revelations 2 and 9, and then Revelations 3 and 9. That Jewish community, man, is playing with something that they don't even know what they're playing with. Man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is a terrible power, man. Terrible power. You understand? But what we, as far as Black, Latinos, and Native Indians, we need to understand is that we are the true chosen ones from the Most High. We are those Hebrews in the Old Testament. You understand? We're the Israelites in today's society, man. You understand? We are the true Jews and not Jewish. You understand? That's who we are. That's who we are, right? So let's go back to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6 and verse 10, okay? Give me 1 second, okay? I say Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 10.
It says 6 and 10, right? Right. Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 10. that which hath been is named already, and it is known that it is man, neither may he Salaki. And it is known that it is man, neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he.
You understand? Y'all remember the how Pharaoh, had Hebrews in slavery, and Moses freed them from it, and all the plagues that happened to Pharaoh, and how Moses, split that sea, and swallowed up Pharaoh and his people, right? And after seeing all of that, right, what did the people still do afterwards? After they got out of that, what did they still do? Go ahead.
They still complained and didn't have faith in the Most High.
Right.
Was ungrateful.
And they wanted to go back to Pharaoh. After all of that, and look at today's society. You understand? Why would anybody want to go in the life sense of going back to that old lifestyle, or to that whole, think about, so we all slaves, right? You know what I'm saying? Not physically, you know what I'm saying, but we still got slaveries. We still got to do what we got to do, right? To survive, right? Think about if we were slaves, you know what I'm saying? What, slavery ended when now? What, I'm talking about, actual, whippings and all that. Of course, and I hate to say this, it has been some findings right here within South Carolina, and the quote unquote Bible Belt of slavery still happening in 2026, 2025, 2024, 2023. You understand? I believe it was just a couple that just got arrested. It was, they was pastors. They was pastors, and they had like five black kids in damn near a dungeon, not eating, malnourished, all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'll be thinking about. I'll be thinking about, damn, how can we reach out to them? I'm thinking damn, how many more black kids have to suffer? You know what I'm saying? How many black men have to suffer? How many black women have to suffer? Look at the rates of how many black kids and black women are missing right now in 2026. Numbers will shock you. You understand? Look at the mass incarceration rates. You understand? The numbers will shock you, man. It was a documentary, a few years ago. It was saying that it's more people incarcerated now than it was slaves when our ancestors were slaves. You understand? I believe it's called the 13th Amendment. It's a documentary on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? That talks about, the numbers of, people incarcerated, you know what I'm saying, within the jails that are across the whole earth. You know what I'm saying? But it was pinpointing right here within America, man. The numbers will shock you, man. If you get on that Google machine, you know what I'm saying? If you get on those devices, you ask Siri, you ask Alexa, it will shock you. I mean, hell, now we live in a time with what? With artificial intelligence. You understand? With artificial intelligence, these are the times that we're living in now. You understand? There's just so much information out here, man. So much information that of course pinpoints Black, Latinos, and Native Indians to being God's chosen people, but more importantly, it's slowly revealing who that man of sin is as well too. Slowly revealing it. You understand? Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 13, okay? First Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 13. First Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 13.
So like First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13. Wait, hold on. First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope.
You understand? What is that saying right there? First Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 13. If you need to read it again, read it out loud again.
Someone just saying that he don't want the ignorant to be ignorant necessarily. He doesn't.
Read it out loud again.
But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep.
Stop right there. What is that concerning the ones that are asleep? What is that in reference to? Remember, you know what I'm saying, like stay within the class as far as reincarnation and regeneration. The ones that are asleep, right? What would the ones that are asleep signify or say to you? Or like, what do you think that means?
That would be the ones that don't believe in reincarnation, I guess.
Not so much. Let's read it one more time.
But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep.
Which are asleep, meaning the ones that are not awake. I'm talking about, you know, like in a physical sense, like as far as 6 feet under. You understand? It's saying don't be ignorant to those ones. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? They are going to rise again. Man. You know what I'm saying? They are going to rise again. Just believe that. You understand? Let's keep reading.
That ye sorrow not.
That you do what?
That ye sorrow not.
Now you saying how it's talking about like the sleep, like those are the ones that are, you know.
Concept.
Let's keep reading. Matter of fact, read verse 13 now again, and let's read verse 14.
First Thessalonians chapter 13. But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope.
Which and those others that have no hope are the ones that are doing what? The ones that are somber. We didn't all been to funerals. We have seen our, you know, cousins or uncles and, you know, them act out. But now that we know that what? Now that we know that reincarnation is real and that they are going to come back, we should not be sorry. You understand? We should not be sorry. We should not be crying. We should not be doing those things. Now, of course, you know, like you're going to lose a loved one, especially those ones that you call, like your enemy, your family. You understand? Those ones right there, of course, you may shed a tear. There's nothing wrong with crying. You know what I'm saying? I cried when my mother and my father passed. You understand? Cry. You understand? Because although, you know, it was, very, very abusive and they never harmed us as far as physically or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, as far as, like them, it was my parents. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my mother and that was my father. Whether they had whatever type of lifestyle they had, whatever the case may be, I know deep down inside now, being in this truth, being in ISHBK under Command Jenny Hanna, I know that they gave it that all, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that whatever past trauma, post-trauma that they had, that they was trying their hardest to make sure that we had food on the table, to make sure that we had clothes on our back, to make sure that we had shoes on our feet, hell, even if it was the same shoes for the whole year. You understand? I know that they gave it that all. And I have no ill will grudges against them. You understand? Let's keep reading. Read verse 14 again.
Verse 14. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so, them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him.
What verse is that?
Verse 14. Oh, Salaki, that's chapter 4.
let's read verse 14 again. Then we're gonna go to the book of Matthew. Okay, and then we're gonna be ready to close it out. All right.
On that, verse 14 will be chapter 4, verse 1.
Yeah. So first Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 14.
Okay, so that was that. It's like,
okay, let's read it one more time, and then we're gonna go to the book of Matthew, and we're gonna get ready to close it out.
Because we was
like you talking about verse 13.
No, verse 14.
We was on 3 and 13.
Gotcha. So let's read verse 14 now.
I was saying verse 14 would be chapter 4, because the end of chapter 3, the end of that is 13. There is no 14.
Gotcha. So we in First Thessalonians chapter 4, right?
Chapter 4, come on.
And there's you're saying like there's no 14?
No, look, this is chapter.
Oh, I was reading that. Okay, it's like
no sweat. Let's get it.
First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 14. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Jesus will God bring with him.
With what?
Will God bring with him.
Keep going.
For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep.
Which are asleep, meaning that what? That regeneration is going to happen. What's the scripture says? That the one dead in Christ shall rise first, right?
Okay.
So those ones that were not necessarily not necessarily saying that they was in the truth, right? But they gave it their all. You know what I'm saying? You know, like look at, you know, like we have some brothers and sisters here, that died while they were in the truth, right? Those are the ones that's going to rise first. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that are going to be risen up first. So let's for time's sake, let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 17. Chapter 17 and verse 10. Like I'm trying to run through this real quick. Shit like you.
The book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 10. And his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elias must first confirm?
Keep going.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come.
He should do what?
Shall first come.
Keep going.
And restore all things.
Mm-hmm.
But I say unto you that Elias is come already.
Mm.
And
stop right there. He has come already, meaning what? And this is coming out of Christ's mouth in the New Testament, talking about reincarnation and regeneration. Meaning that he has already come, meaning that what?
He was already born again somewhere.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's simple right there. You know what I'm saying? So, let's stay fast, you know what I'm saying? Let's continue, to remember the traditions that was taught upon us and was taught, like within us. And let's never forget, man, that, that you hold that cycle or you are that wheat to that grain to your family members. You understand? With that, hand me the never mind, they're right here. With that, this is the ISUBK. ISUBK security numbers, and we are the ISUBK side, 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They should be saluted only. They're here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to marry. He or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can read about this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verses 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you gives to the treasury department of teacher. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. We have Feast of First Fruits. Starts after the Sabbath of unleavened bread. Sundown, Sunday, April 12th, 2026. Count 50 days. Celebrate the 50th day. which will be Sunday, May 31st, 2026. Starts before sundown. You can read about this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 10 through 22. Ramon Akima Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, scarf without a majum. You're going to get one courtesy salute, man, of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh, Shabbat, there's Matat Sar, there's the sisters, men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh, Shamar, Latah, Bashin, Yahshua, Yahweh, dismissed.